In previous lecture, we have seen serial communication protocol. So today we'll see the parallel communication protocol. In a system, if embedded system is designed, most of the IO devices communicate with each other through the parallel bus. We know that if suppose this is one device, this is second device, all the devices communicate with each other through this parallel bus. Through this parallel bus like this. If suppose 8-bit data to be transmitted at the same time, then this will be 8-bit bus. Then if 16 bits are to be transmitted at the same time, then 16-bit data bus is used. So the most common type of protocol used in parallel communication protocol is PCI protocol. What is this PCI protocol? So PCI is peripheral component interconnect protocol. Peripheral component interconnect. PCI, peripheral component interconnect protocol. So exactly this PCI protocol, what it is, we'll see it. See the diagram that I have shown over here. See, this is a PCI local bus. A processor is a main processor in which program is loaded. So this processor executes the program. So this PCI local bus works according to this processor. So this PCI and the processor are connected to each other through this bridge controller. See, this bridge controller acts as an intermediate between processor and the PCI local bus. So it has cache memory, it has local RAM memory associated with. So all these devices, you can see your audio video devices are there, LAN, your express bus devices, base IO devices, graphic card, monitor, all the devices which are internal to CPU and external to CPU are firstly connected to the main bus, that is PCI bus. फॉर एक्झाम्पल जर सांगायचं ठरलं तर आपली जी स्पायनल कॉर्ड असते बॉडीमध्ये, तुमच्या हाताची बोटं असो, पायाची बोटं असो, ब्रेन असो किंवा बॉडीतला कुठलाही तुमचे जे काय आपण म्हणतो ऑर्गन्स आहे, सर्व ऑर्गन्स हे इंटरकनेक्ट कशा थ्रू होतात? स्पायनल कॉर्ड मध्ये, जो काय आपण त्याला मज्जारज्जू म्हणतो, बरोबर? त्या स्पायनल कॉर्ड थ्रू सर्व ऑर्गन्स एकमेकांशी इंटरकनेक्टेड आहे. जरी ब्रेन मेन आहे तसंच इथे प्रोसेसर मेन आहे. ऑल द थिंग्स आर इंटरकनेक्टेड with this PCI local bus. So what are the major features of this PCI? We'll enlist them. So the major features are the speed. So generally speed is up to 132 Mbps. Then second is synchronous bus architecture. Synchronous bus architecture. PCI is synchronous bus where data transfer taking place according to the system clock. ही जी PCI आहे या सिस्टीमला जो काही क्लॉक आहे, सर्व पेरिफेरल डिव्हाइसेसला ती क्लॉक प्रोव्हाइड करण्याचं काम पण PCI बस करतात. मग ती पीसीआय बस ही अकॉर्डिंग टू क्लॉक वर्क करते. दिस इज अगेन important feature. Then configurability. So configurability means the ability to configure a system automatically. Means what? Automatically detects the interfacing system and assigns the new address. Suppose this PCI bus is there. If along with this monitor, if you are connecting a new printer device over here, so when this printer is connected to this PCI bus, directly new address is assigned by this PCI bus to that printer. So when processor want to give command to printer, then PCI will give command to the printer through that address, and data will be carried from one point to another point through that address. Okay, so this is the important feature of PCI, that it has configurability. Means it has ability to configure a system automatically. Means it detects new device connected to it and assigns the new address to that particular peripheral unit. Again, it has multiple master support. Multiple master support. Number of masters can be connected to the same PCI bus. Reliability is an important thing regarding PCI bus. It provides ability to replace modules without disturbing a system's operation, called as hot plug and play. Generally means what? If you are inserted new pen drive, other systems performance is not affected. Means what? Suppose one printing process is going on. When printing operation is going on and you have inserted the pen drive, so printing operation does not stop. So this management totally is done by the PCI local bus. Means you can say it is a reliable. Then it provides signaling environment. It supports 3.3 to 5 volt signaling environment. Generally, all the signals are carried from one point to another point in this voltage range. It can provide 32 bits and 64 bits addressing. 32 bits and 64 bits addressing. So PCI also supports this connector. Means nowadays the high-end processors are available of 64 bits. Means it can transmit, receive data, 64 bits data at the same clock cycle. So this is supported by the PCI bus, and it has large bandwidth. So it can handle the data rate of up to 132 Mbps to about 364 Mbps. So this much data rate is supported by this PCI bus. So these are the important features are there of the PCI bus. So when we use PCI bus, there are having some advantages of using this PCI bus. Actually, the PCI bus is backward compatible. Means suppose the old version data bus is connected to PCI bus, it can accept and transmit data to that local bus. Means it has backward compatibility. Okay, so as compared to other local buses, PCI bus has higher data rate. This is one more advantage. It can be connected through USB to other devices also. जर एक्सटर्नल कम्प्युटर सोडून जर एक्सटर्नल काही डिव्हाइसेस असेल तर थ्रू युएसबी त्या पेरिफेरल डिव्हाइसेसला तो कनेक्ट करू शकतो. म्हणजे प्रिंटर झालं, प्रिंटर आपण युएसबी थ्रू कनेक्ट करतो, स्कॅनर युएसबी थ्रू कनेक्ट करतो. तर ही जी काही हा जो ऍडव्हान्टेज आहे तो पीसीआय बस देतो ऍज कम्पेअर टू अदर बस. जसं की ओल्ड व्हर्जन जे काही प्रिंटर्स होते, इंकजेट प्रिंटर्स वगैरे, त्याला डी टाईप कनेक्टर यूज करावा लागेल, बरोबर. तर तो त्याचा डिसएडव्हान्टेज होता. आता प्रिंटर कनेक्ट केल्यामुळे काय होतं, इझिली अवेलेबल होतं आणि हॉट प्लग अँड प्ले मुळे इमिजिएटली तुम्ही त्याला कनेक्ट आणि डिस्कनेक्ट करू शकता. Then it has scalable performance. It has quality of service, power management, data integrity. All these are advantages of this PCI bus. Now, we know that the data rate of this PCI bus is up to 364 Mbps. But nowadays, as the processor requirement is increased, so due to some limitations of parallel communication protocol, the next version of PCI bus was invented, and this PCI bus is nothing but the PCI X bus, where X stands for the data rate. So PCI X is nothing but idea to increase the maximum transfer rate with running speed up to 4 times of the clock speed. So PCI is generally 32-bit and PCI X is about 64-bit data rate. 64 bits transmitted at one time. So because of that, the peripherals and processors can communicate with each other at an extremely high data rate of about 1.06 Gbps, which is very high as compared to this 132 Mbps. Because of this PCI X bus, the fault tolerance of the system is improved. जे आपण ज्याला म्हणतो फॉल्ट टॉलरन्स, तो फॉल्ट टॉलरन्स पण पीसीआय बसचा वाढतो पीसीआय एक्स बस यूज केल्यामुळे. सो मोस्ट 32-bit PCI cards function properly in 64-bit PCI X slot. So PCI X slot is also reverse compatible. जे आपण इथं म्हणतोय की रिव्हर्स कम्पॅटिबिलिटी म्हणजे तो त्याच्या प्रिव्हियस जे काही व्हर्जन्स आहे त्याच्यासोबत पण तो कम्पॅटिबल आहे, त्याच्यासोबत पण तो इंटरकनेक्ट केल्यानंतर काम होऊ शकतं. तशाच पद्धतीने पीसीआय बस पण पीसीआय एक्स बस सोबत इंटरकनेक्ट होऊ शकते. सो पीसीआय बस वॉज डेव्हलप्ड फॉर ऍप्लिकेशन्स रिक्वायर्ड फॉर हाय आयो बँडविड्थ such as gigabit Ethernet, the Ultra 3 SCSI, fiber channels, etc. So hence this PCI bus is invented. I hope it's clear. Your parallel communication protocol, generally the PCI protocol is used at most of the places. Is it clear? The PCI bus protocol. Am I audible? Rutuja?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now nextly, we'll see the wireless communication protocol. Whatever protocol serial and parallel we have seen, that serial protocols are wired protocol. Now we'll see the wireless protocols. So wireless protocol, why it is used? Because obviously to avoid the network of wires, these wireless protocols are used. Suppose you have to transmit data between two mobile phones. If wireless protocols were not be there, then what you have to do? You have to connect the cords to two mobile phones, then select the operation of transferring. If that cord is not available at one particular time, then your mobile but data transfer, or suppose embedded system to embedded system data transfer would not take place. So how to this situation to be handled? So for that purpose, the wireless protocols were invented. Generally, the four major wireless protocols are used worldwide. The four wireless protocols are IRDA. IRDA is nothing but infrared data association. Bluetooth protocol is there. Then the Zigbee protocol is there, and finally the IEEE 802.15 protocol, that is Wi-Fi protocol, IEEE Wi-Fi. So these four major protocols are used in most of the embedded system. So we'll see the first protocol, that is here IRDA protocol. What is this IRDA? So IRDA is your infrared data association protocol. So IRDA, that is infrared data association, as the name suggests, this protocol uses the infrared frequency for the communication. Correct? So infrared frequency are mostly travels in a line of sight. म्हणजे जर सपोज नॉर्थ डायरेक्शनला जर ती फ्रिक्वेन्सी ट्रॅव्हल करत असेल तर ती नॉर्थ डायरेक्शनला ट्रॅव्हल करेल. मीन्स डेटा ब्रॉडकास्टिंग इज नॉट देअर. Data point to point communication is taking place in your IRDA. So obviously the infrared light or infrared frequency is used for the data communication. Correct? The major features of this IRDA is range is from your contact to up to 1 meter. Means two devices that are having this protocol can communicate with each other when there is a distance between two devices is from direct contact, if they are touched together, or up to the 1 meter maximum, depending upon the power you are using for transmitting the data. Means two devices must be in touch with each other, then this IRDA protocol will work. This is bidirectional point to point communication. Then third is data transmission rate is about 9600 bits per second. It also supports 115 kbps and max up to 16 mbps. So this much different data rates are supported by the IRDA. So this IRDA has a very good kind of wireless protocol in which the devices can communicate with each other wirelessly. It supports CRC, cyclic redundancy check. म्हणजे काय, डेटा ट्रान्समिट झाला पण तो डेटा ट्रान्समिटेड झालेला डेटा रिसिव्ह होताना करेक्टली रिसिव्ह झाला की नाही, म्हणजे त्याला सीआरसी बिट्स पण त्या ट्रान्समिट, सीआरसी बिट्स मध्ये तो डेटा चेक होतो. सायक्लिक रिडंडन्सी चेक तुम्ही डीटी सब्जेक्ट मध्ये सेकंड इयरला शिकलेले असाल. As the distance of communication is less, so obviously power requirement is very less. Power requirement is less, and it is also less expensive. So again, distance of communication is less, so its security is more. मोर सिक्युअर का म्हणू शकतो आपण याला? बघा, ज्या वेळेस एक डिव्हाइस इथे आहे, सेकंड डिव्हाइस जर सपोज त्याच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये आहे, डेटा कधी चोरीला जातो? ज्यावेळेस एक डिव्हाइस हा डेटा ब्रॉडकास्ट करतो, बरोबर? डेटा हा ब्रॉडकास्ट करत असेल तर हा डेटा ब्रॉडकास्ट करताना जर सपोज रिसिव्हर डिव्हाइस हा असेल, हा फर्स्ट डिव्हाइस, हा सेकंड डिव्हाइस, डेटा ज्यावेळेस याच्याकडे जातो, पण तोच डेटा जर एन्क्रिप्शन डिक्रिप्शन कोड जर माहित असेल तर हा डेटा हा थर्ड पर्सन हॅक करू शकतो, कारण की डेटा ब्रॉडकास्टिंग होते. जसं FM मध्ये जर फ्रिक्वेन्सी सेट केली तर कुठलाही पर्सन त्याला रिसिव्ह करू शकतो. डिस्टन्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन कमी असल्यामुळे डायरेक्ट कॉन्टॅक्ट होतो, त्याच्यामुळे थर्ड डिव्हाइस त्या दोघांमध्ये येऊ शकत नाही, त्याच्यामुळे तो जो आहे तो सिक्युअर डेटा ट्रान्समिशन होतो. So this can be the one kind of advantage of the IRDA. So IRDA is infrared wireless communication technology, and it was invented about year 1993. So IRDA uses non-visible infrared LED light as a communication medium. Infrared LED lights are used as a transmitter and receiver. Also software protocols for wireless communication. So IRDA has set of protocols covering all layers of data transfer and has some network management function associated with it. So IRDA is a point-to-point with narrow angle of 30-degree cone data transmission standard, which operate over a distance of 0 to 1 meter at a speed of 9600 to 16 Mbps. So point-to-point narrow angle 30-degree cone data transmission standard is there. म्हणजे जर तुमचा हा डिव्हाइस असेल तर एक तो 0 डिग्रीच्या अँगल मध्ये पण तो कव्हर करू शकतो किंवा अप टू 30 डिग्रीच्या अँगल मध्ये. म्हणजे एक्झॅक्ट लाईन ऑफ साईट मध्ये असलं तरच कम्युनिकेशन होईल असं नाही, तर 30 डिग्रीच्या अँगल मध्ये तो डेटा कम्युनिकेशन करू शकतो. सो IRDA uses non-visible spectrum. When one obstacle comes in between transmitter receiver, the data communication is blocked. जर सपोज एखादा पेपर मध्ये आला किंवा वॉल डोअर ब्रीफकेस एखादा पर्सन त्या दोन कम्युनिकेशन मध्ये आला तर तो डेटा लॉस होऊ शकतो. सो IRDA कम्युनिकेशन ऑफर्स लोअर पॉवर कन्झम्पशन, लो कॉस्ट. IRDA hardware is also very less expensive. So IRDA, the major advantages are it is point-to-point communication, line of sight communication at an angle of 30 degree, data transfer 1 मीटरच्या अंतरापर्यंत होऊ शकतो. सिक्युरिटी त्याची खूप हाय आहे, लो पॉवर कन्झम्पशन, लो कॉस्ट, लेस एक्सपेन्सिव्ह. पण थोडीफार डिसएडव्हान्टेजेस पण आहे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल ड्यू टू लाईन ऑफ साईट कम्युनिकेशन ऑब्स्टॅकल डेटा कम्युनिकेशनला ब्लॉक करू शकतं. सेकंड आहे वन डिव्हाइस ऍट अ टाइम त्याला कनेक्ट होतो, जास्त डिव्हाइसेस कनेक्ट होऊ शकत नाही. देन इट हॅज डेटा ट्रान्सफरिंग रेट ऑफ व्हेरी लेस रेट, खूप कमी डेटा ट्रान्सफर रेट आहे त्याचा ऍज कम्पेअर टू अदर वायरलेस कम्युनिकेशन. ओके, सो जनरली हे कुठे युज केलं जातं IRDA? IRDA हे जुन्या काळी मोबाईल फोन्स मध्ये युज केले जायचे, ब्लूटूथ इन्व्हेंट व्हायच्या आधीपर्यंत. कॅमेरामध्ये युज होतं, आपल्या टीव्ही रिमोट आणि याच्यामध्ये युज होतं, लॅपटॉप्स नोटबुक्स मध्ये युज होतं, डेस्कटॉप फोन्स, पेजर्स, मॉडेम मध्ये युज होतं, लॅन मध्ये युज होतं, मेडिकल इन्स्ट्रुमेंट्स मध्ये युज होतं, वॉचेस मध्ये इन्फ्रारेड LEDs IRDA चे यूज केले जातात. सो देर आर व्हेरियस ऍप्लिकेशन्स ऑफ IRDA as well. Okay, so this is wireless protocol IRDA. Is it clear?